Good morning, students. Welcome back to Geography online class. Here, today we are going to learn this fourth lesson. Okay, Geography lesson 4, Hydrosphere. So you all know this. Our sphere was divided into 4, isn't it? What are the 4 spheres, students? Do you know? Very good. Lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere. Okay, already taught this lithosphere 1 and 2. Revision also over, isn't it? And atmosphere also have completed. Today we are going to see this 4th lesson, hydrosphere. Okay, in this choose the correct answer. First one, the Sundar Trench lies in the dash ocean. Do you know? The Sundar Trench lies in the dash ocean. That is the Indian Ocean. Okay. That is the trench means what? Long narrow hole. Where it was lie means it lies in the Indian Ocean. Okay. Next, second one, the temperature of the ocean waters generally dash at greater depth, that is degrees. Third one, ocean currents are produced due to dash, due to rotation of earth, due to variation in temperature, due to earth's movement. Okay, how these ocean currents are produced? Do you know? These ocean currents are produced due to rotation of earth, due to variation in temperature, due to earth's movement. Okay, next, fourth one, consider the following statement. Among this, which is the correct statement? Do you know? That is 1 and 3 are correct. Okay, 1 and 3 are correct. Next one, inland fishing becomes significant in India. That also 1 and 3 are correct. Next, the oceanic ridge comes into existence due to dash. That is the divergence of tectonic plates. Okay. Next, which of the following indicate the correct sequence of the topography beneath of the Earth's surface of the sea? That is the continental shelf, continental slope, sea plain, and sea trench. Okay. Next one, which of the following is not correctly matched? That is Gulf Stream, Pacific Ocean. Next, the amount of plankton to be found in the ocean is determined by 1, 2 and 3 are the correct. Depth of the water, ocean current, temperature and salinity. Okay. Next one, questions are of assertion A, reason or type. Here, both A and R are correct and R explains A. Okay. Next, Roman number 3, match the following. Marine. What's the correct answer? That is the deepest point in the Pacific. Okay. Great Barrier Reef, that is Australia. Sargasso Sea, that is the North Atlantic Ocean. Spring tide on full and new moon day. Heavy rain decreases salinity in the ocean. Kuroshio current along the coast of Japan. Next, continental slope, second order landform. Okay. Next, we can come to that, answer the following in brief. First one, what do you mean by the term hydrosphere? Do you know what do you mean by the term hydrosphere? Students, do you know what's the answer? What do you mean by the term hydrosphere? That hydrosphere consists of water in various forms found on the earth. Over 97% of water on the earth's surface is confined to oceans. Less than 3% of water is held on land as glaciers, ice caps, groundwater, rivers, lakes, and also as the water vapor in air. This is the answer for this hydrosphere. Next, second question. What is hydrological cycle? This is also one of the very important question. What is hydrological cycle? Here 3 points. First one, the earth's water is not static. Okay. Second one, it is always in motion. Third point is this continuous movement of water on, above and below the earth's surface is called the hydrological cycle. Okay, what is hydrological cycle? Listen, here 3 points. First one, the earth's water is not static. Okay. Second one, it is always in motion. That is the movement. Third point is this continuous movement of water on, above and below the earth's surface is called the hydrological cycle. Okay. So this question also study thoroughly. Next one, mention the various relief features of ocean floor. Mention the various relief features of ocean floor. The ocean basins are characterized by the following major relief features: continental shelf, continental slope, continental range, deep sea plain or abyssal plain, oceanic deep and oceanic rigid. These are the various relief features of ocean floor. Once again, I am revising. What are the various relief features of ocean floor? That is the continental shelf, continental slope, continental range, deep sea plain or abyssal plain, oceanic deep, oceanic rigid. Okay. Next question is, what are the factors that generate the ocean current? Do you know? Can you answer? What are the factors that generate the ocean current? Yes, the factors that generate ocean currents are Earth's rotation, prevailing winds and differences in temperature and salinity of ocean water. Okay. What are the factors? The factors that generate ocean currents are Earth's rotation, prevailing winds and differences in temperature and salinity of ocean water. Okay. Very good. Next question is also one of the important question. Write a brief note on sea waves. Write a brief note on sea waves. That of all the movement of the ocean, sea waves are considered to be the strongest. Sea waves are ripples on water caused when wind blow over the sea. The height of these waves depends on the speed of wind, its duration and the direction from which they blow. Sometimes waves are also caused by tremors felt on the ocean floor. Such waves are quite destructive and called tsunami. So write a brief note on sea waves. Here, of all the movement of the oceans, sea waves are considered to be the strongest. Okay. Next one, sea waves are ripples on water caused when wind blows over the sea. Next one, the height of these waves depends on the speed of wind, its duration and the direction from which they blow. Sometimes waves are also caused by tremors felt on the ocean floor. Such waves are quite destructive and called tsunami. Okay. Next one, give reason for the following. Here, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere are called land and water hemisphere respectively. Give reason why it is considered. Because the northern hemisphere holds 61% of land and southern hemisphere holds 81% of water. It is because of this pattern of land and water distribution. The northern hemisphere is called as the land hemisphere and the southern hemisphere is called as the water hemisphere. Okay. This is also one of the important question. Give reason for the following. Why northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere are called land and water hemisphere? Okay. Listen carefully. Why it is considered? Because the northern hemisphere hold how many percentage of land? 61% of land. And the southern hemisphere hold 81% of water. It is because of this pattern of land and water distribution. The northern hemisphere is called as the land hemisphere and the southern hemisphere is called as the water hemisphere. Okay. Next question is, continental shelf provide good fishing ground. Give reason why continental shelf provide good fishing ground. Because the continental shelf is shallower, thus enables sunlight to penetrate through the water. This encourages abundant growth of grass, seaweeds, and plankton. Hence, these zones become the richest fishing grounds in the world. Example, the Grand Banks of Newfoundland. Okay, why the continental shelf provide good fishing ground? Because the continental shelf is shallower. This enables sunlight to penetrate through the water. This encourages abundant growth of grass, seaweeds, and plankton. Okay, hence these zones becomes the richest fishing grounds in the world. Example, the Grand Banks of Newfoundland. Next, distinguish between, here two question, spring tide and neap tide. Distinguish between spring tide and neap tide. How? Spring tide, when the sun, moon, and earth are aligned in the same line, the collective gravitational pull of the sun and moon on earth's water strengthens to form a high tide known as spring tide. At the same time, neap tide, when the sun and the moon are at right angle, the gravitational force work against each other, causing a low tide called neap tide. Such a tide always occur on full moon and a new moon day. While when the spring tide, for full moon and new moon only it will occur. But at the same time, neap tide between two spring tides, that is twice a month, with when the first and the last quarter moon appears. At that time only it will appear. Okay. So next to distinguish is abyssal plain and ocean deep. Abyssal plain. The deep sea plains are abyssal plain. What is another name for abyssal plain? That is the deep sea plain. Okay, students. Next, our underwater plain found on the deep ocean. This ocean deeps, trenches are the deepest part of the ocean and occupy about 7% of total relief of the ocean floor. Okay, abyssal plain. These plains are usually covered by the thick layer of sediment composed of clay, silt, and sand brought by the rivers. Ocean deep or sediment free. Most trenches are V-shaped and steep with steep sides. These are often characterized by features like abyssal hill, seamount, goyards, coral, alert, etc. Epicenter of the great earthquakes are found in the trenches. So distinguish between abyssal plain and ocean deep. Abyssal plain is a deep sea plain or abyssal plain or underwater plain found on the deep ocean floor. Where it was found in the deep ocean. Okay, these plains are usually covered by thick layer of sediment composed of clay, silt, and sand brought by the rivers. So these are often characterized by features like abyssal hills, seamounts, goyards, coral, alert, etc. At the same time, ocean deep trenches are the deepest part of the ocean and occupy about 7% of the total relief of the ocean floor. Ocean deep or sediment free, most trenches are V-shaped with steep sides. Epicenter of great earthquakes are also found in the trenches. Okay. Remaining, there are 3 paragraph question also. Okay, so that also you want to study well. Okay, so please students study this answer thoroughly and prepare well. Okay, thank you students.